All right, I'll tell him.
Okay. If he has money, he could easily buy it and then do all that stuff and get it all done in a month and then move in and have it the way he wants it.
Well, that's what I'm going to tell him.
Mhm.
It's a great location. It's a huge house. It just needs updating. I mean, a lot, but it needs updating.
Okay.
If he plays tennis, it's great. It's walk to the tennis courts. If he likes to jog and walk, it's close to the school where he can walk around the walking track. Kids in high school, they can walk to high school.
Lanny, sell that puppy.
She certainly is. Carol just sold it to me.
Funny.
Missy, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
I missed you yesterday when I was
I
sitting at the door.
know.
You weren't there.
I love to be at the office. I have to tell you, it's just more motivating for me.
I
Much
kept
more
looking at your
motivating.
office and you weren't there.
I know. I feel like that's what bothers me the most is I feel like when people walk in and the lights are off, like it
It's a dark hole.
demotivates them.
Yes, yes.
And so that's what bothers me the most. But I will be back on Friday.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So everybody's, knock on wood, healthy right now. That's all we can say.
Shh.
I know.
Yeah, the operative word there is now, for now.
Yes. Yeah, we all know a whole bunch of people this year, or I shouldn't say that. I know more people right now than I have in the whole year that, that have had COVID, have fought COVID or are fighting COVID than I have up until this point, just within the last 2-3 weeks. So
Varying degrees of severity, Missy, or all kind of the same?
varying degrees, I would say. Well, so no, I would say the elderly people I know. My friend did lose her mom on Thanksgiving. She was in a nursing home. She was 90 years old. But anyone else that I know, some people were in bed for a week and some people literally snapped out of it just like that. So
Yeah, I've had the same experience with friends. Some said it was uneventful and others were sicker than dogs, just on the verge of going to the hospital.
Right. Like a severe, the most severe flu they could ever imagine, basically, is how they describe it. So.
Stay safe, everybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Stay safe, everyone. So I have a problem.
Uh-oh.
So I've been trying to schedule to show this multifamily in Clifton, and they wanted to see the pre-approval prior to this scheduling. And I said, listen, they've been pre-approved by Wycliffe Financial. Fine. I send it. And then they had the audacity to ask me in the follow-up email whether my client can provide proofs of funds that they could close. And I'm like, I almost lost it. And I said, okay, I had to get into my Zen mode, right? And I said, no, should my client decide to make an offer, we would take care of that afterwards. But I'm like, what the F? Like, seriously, all we want to do is see it. You know what I mean? It's like, are they allowed to ask for freaking proof of funds? That's like, do I need to bitch slap this person?
They are allowed to ask. I've been hearing that. I agree with you. I could see if you were presenting an offer and there was multiple offers and they said, let me see it, because now you are a serious buyer moving forward in good faith. But for someone just going to show a house and then you're saying to someone, they want to see your financials. I mean, that's a little much for me.
It is. It's like, when
that's really intrusive.
Like, you want to see the color of my underwear too? It's like, seriously, I thought it was like, I don't know, I nearly lost it, but I'm like, I'm going to be calm. Because it's been like going on for over like 2 weeks just trying to get into this house. It's like,
When they sign a contract to buy the house, they are stating that they do have that down payment plus the mortgage, plus the additional money they're putting in. They are signing that, and they, all right.
Exactly. But the pre-approval, but I mean, Wycliffe Financial pre-approval, they really check all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not going to give it to you unless you're prepared. So we're not going to waste our time. So that kind of like pissed me off. Like, did you not see the pre-approval? Do I need to spell it? Do I need to explain it to you? You know, so I was like, okay.
They've
But I
probably
kind
been burnt a couple times and don't want it to happen again.
That's happening a lot. That's happening a lot. With a lot of people are not getting qualified properly. I think someone said to me, well, if you're going to send an offer by Wells Fargo, forget it. Wells Fargo did this and that and the other. And we just, you know, I mean, this house went back on the market because of a bank or a couple of banks I've heard have really screwed up and killed the deal.
Yep,
It's
we're hearing
happening
a
a
lot of
lot.
that. But listen,
Yeah.
we have an attorney on the call today. So when he is speaking, maybe that was a question we can ask him if he feels that that's something he can even answer. You know, I don't know legally what the type of question, but I think that's, you know, and obviously Anthony.
Yeah.
So I know an agent called me the other day. They presented an offer, and somehow, and maybe Anthony can talk about this also. They were able to get a conventional at 3%, I believe it was. That's what they said.
Awesome.
Conventional
Yeah.
mortgage at 3%. And the seller said, sorry, don't let it be bothered. Like there's not multiple offers, nothing like that. They just did not like the financing.
Oh, because they wanted the buyer to have more skin in the game. They wanted.
Yeah,
to
I guess so. So, you know, all these financing, you know, I guess issues or challenges are coming up now, and I guess it's just a new way that we're moving forward, you know.
But money is so cheap right now that people don't want to take out of their pockets, excuse me, if they don't have to. So if
Yeah.
they can get a conventional, you know, for lower percent, why not? I mean,
I agree, Nance. I agree. I say that, you know, I used to say that to sellers when I would go on my listing appointment. I would talk about how the buyers were HGTV hypnotized and
Yeah.
how they will pay $100 more for the same house done because they'd rather roll it into their mortgage than take it out of their pocket.
Right.
I mean, it's just the way it is. You know, that's the way. They don't want to have to take it out of their account. And why should they? Exactly. Why should they when money is so cheap today?
Well, I just had the same thing happen, and I'm kind of curious about it because according to the listing agent, if they only have 5% in not skin in the game, but it compromises the ability for the house to appraise, and I just don't see that. I don't understand that. Is Anthony on yet?
Anthony just got on, but you know what Catherine said, if you didn't hear her because she was a little muddled, she said she had an issue with that recently where, you know, someone was putting low money down and the seller just felt that they did not have money in the game or, you know, and skin in the game, I'm sorry. And what it really affects when it comes down to it is the appraisal if the appraisal doesn't come out right. So I feel like that's probably the only thing, Catherine, I feel that it that you know is affected because it doesn't matter how much money someone's putting down. If they want to get out of that contract, they're getting out of that contract. I mean, I don't know, in my experience, you know, in real estate, I've not seen anybody get caught up in it, regardless of how much money they put down or didn't put down. Now, obviously, you know,
Except that, except that I'm trying to understand, does it affect the appraisal? I don't, I was always told it doesn't affect the appraisal.
Yeah, in some instances it does. Anthony, did you hear that?
I did. I mean, at the end of the day, the value is the value. It doesn't matter if you're putting 90% down or 2% down. At the end of the day, if it underappraises, it depends on what your language and what you're agreeing to on the contract. So like Missy was saying, if someone's putting 80% down and the house doesn't appraise and you don't have an appraisal contingency, people will walk if they feel that the house is, you know, not what it is and no one's going to negotiate on the price. But the big concern I think people have is when you're putting a little bit money down, like 3%, the concern we run into is if it doesn't appraise, there's no plan B for the buyer. The buyer can't come up with additional funds. There can't be any splitting going on for the difference. And that's why most sellers look at larger money down, and then they feel that there could be more of an arrangement worked out at that point, whether they split something, they come up, they meet in the middle, or maybe a buyer, you know, is stressing that, hey, we'll come up with the difference. And people are being very vocal that early on in the transaction. Like I have a deal right now, there's a $30,000 gap between the agreed price and what the list price is. And the first concern is my buyer said, listen, I don't care. I want the house. I'll make up the difference. It's just got to appraise for at least the list price. So that's the number that they're working with. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's 3% or 20% down. It's the back end concern if it doesn't appraise. Borrower doesn't have an option. They don't have additional funds. They can't come and meet in the middle. It is what it is. That's where the difference dialogue is in conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anthony, the
Yes.
question that Debbie had was that it was a low 3% or 5% or whatever, and the seller didn't think they were a good risk because they didn't have much money down. Now, when we've done VAs or FHA, couldn't they put down more money, put down their closing costs down, and then they say that money is going to come back?
Yeah, I mean, I just closed a loan with an agent in the office on a VA purchase. The buyer put $50,000 down as a security initial deposit, but he exercised his VA option with no money down. At closing, the closing costs were like $14,000. He got a check back for $30-something thousand, which was his initial deposit. And that was all worked out in a turn of review. So we always stress, especially in the VA transactions, try to put the closing costs down if you're not putting anything down. At least so you show that, hey, I got some money. I'm gonna consummate the transaction. I'm going to put that money up front, but then I'd like to have it back or credited towards my closing costs. With FHA loans, the minimum is 3.5% down. Hey, if you can, why don't we put that 3.5% down on the second deposit? So at least it shows we're serious at that point. But the VA stuff, if they could put up some money, we can negotiate that and coming back to the customer after closing, at least to show that they have money and just taking advantage of their program.
Right. Okay.
So I
Great.
have
That was a
I have
great
a
question.
question. I have a question, Anthony. So I think also what Catherine might have been asking is, if you have, let's say, 50% down money versus 5% down money, the bank then is 50% less into the deal. Is that better for the appraisal?
I mean,
In other words, isn't it easier to appraise that than if only 5% down?
not really. I mean, they're at the end of the day, I mean, yes, the appraiser's getting a copy of the contract, but he's focusing on what the current market value is, not the qualifications of the buyer, not what the down payment is or anything like that at all. And in hindsight, when you look at it, yes, the buyer putting 50% down is a much lesser risk than someone's that's doing 3% down or 5% down. Believe it or not, and this sounds completely insane, banks and lending side, they like having mortgage insurance on the loan. There's an added fee built in. They're getting extra money on a monthly basis besides making money on interest. So with that being said, they like having PMI on the mortgage, believe it or not. It sounds foolish, but from a lending perspective, they like having that extra added insurance built on the transaction. But from a loan perspective or an appraisal perspective, it doesn't make a difference if you're doing no money down or putting 50% down. They're not looking at the appraisal any which way different. If there's a leak in the ceiling on a conventional loan, they're going to say, hey, I think we need to get a roofer out there to make sure that there's not a roof problem. Whether it's 50% down or not, it's still going to come up on the appraisal irregardless.
Yeah, good questions, guys. I'm actually going to mute you all right now. Okay, so if you need to unmute yourself, please do. I love when it's interactive. So let me just do that. Okay.
Thank you, Anthony.
You're welcome.
So welcome, everyone. Yes, it is December 2nd, 2020. We're almost at the end of this horrific year. Believe it or not, it has gone so fast the past few months, and the holidays are literally right around the corner. So I can't believe, I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and you got back into the work and build my business mindset for the rest of the year. So consistency is harder when no one is clapping for you. You must clap for yourself during those times. You should always be your biggest fan. So one of the things when agents, newer agents especially, ask me how some of the agents are so successful and what do you think that they're doing and how do they keep themselves organized and how do they keep control of all their different transactions as they go, as they grow their business. And I always say they are consistent. Consistency is huge in our business. If you chose one or two things to be consistent at in our business and just did it day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, your business would continue to grow in a, in a great, great way. So consistency is huge. It's something that we're very bad at, unfortunately. We want instant gratification. We want to send out one mailer and have 50 people call us, to list our house. And that's not what happens, right? You have to send out mailers consistently. It has to be a consistent thing over and over and over again. We have to be consistent on social media if that's what we're good at. Whatever it is that we want to, we choose to grow our business because we're passionate about it or we enjoy doing it, whatever that case may be, we really have to be consistent at one or two things in our business. And I'm telling you, it'll make a huge difference in your business. Not today, not tomorrow, but 6 months from now, and then a year from now, and then 2 years from now, it'll continue to grow at a organic pace. So make sure that you pick 2 things that you want to be consistent at moving forward. Our annual toy drive. I know this is so late and I apologize. I mean, time just got away from us. Last year we did the Christmas in July barbecue and we collected so many toys. It was such a great opportunity. I think we had 5 bags of toys, over 100 that we were able to provide. This year we were slow at getting this up and going. So if anybody wants to drop off a toy, it would be much appreciated. We will obviously donate to Toys for Tots, and we need to have them in by December 18th, which is about 2.5 weeks. Okay, so anything that you can do is always appreciated. So our office award winners, yes, it is December 2nd already. Our numbers came in this morning, so I just want to share them with everybody today. So I had to literally work on them all morning because I'm not really good with PowerPoints, as you can see. That's not my forte. So as far as an office, congratulations once again. Our listings were 188% of our objective. I object. Our objective was 16, and we actually put 30 listings in the month of November. So think about that, right? November, we had an election. November, we had a holiday. We are in a inventory shortage, and we were able to more than double our listing inventory for our listing objective for the month. So congrats on that. Revenue units were at 101% of our objective. Our objective was 81 and we put 82 in. Now I just want you to know that last November we had 59. Okay, so think about that again. So they actually raised our objective at the beginning of the month and they matched it with the month before, just to see with all the offices to see if they can hit it. So really, we were way over our objective if we would have kept what we did last year. So again, a huge month for our office. Closed revenue, so that's all the closings, right, that we had. So our objective was 47 and we actually had 72 closings. Again, amazing month for you guys. That means a lot of money in your pocket. That means a lot of happy people in their homes for the holidays. So again, congratulations. You did an awesome job. So just some fun facts I want to share with you for year over year. We are up 5% on listings year over year. So in 2020, as of November 30th, we had 355. And 2019, as of November 30th, we had 339. Again, when you factor in that we were shut down for 2 months or more this year, when you factor in that we are in the lowest inventory that we've seen in decades, when you factor in all those things and we're still up in listings, that's quite impressive. Closed revenue up 10% year over year. So we had 573 closings this year as of November 30th, and last year 539. And then revenue units, the actual units you hand in. So every time you have a sale or every time one of your listings sell, that's a revenue unit, okay? So we're up 18% year over year. So as of right now, we have 892 revenue units, and last year it was 619. So again, you guys are having an amazing year. You were able to overcome all the challenges that we have, and the challenges just keep building up. So you should certainly be proud of yourself. And I'm so happy that you guys are reaping the rewards this year. So our parking space winner and Wall of Excellence for November, Jackie Scurrer as top producer, Michael and Priscilla Elms with top listings, and Cheryl Towie with top sales. So for our top producers for dollar volume, we have Jackie, Michael, and Cheryl. So big, big numbers again for the month of November. As far as listings, we have Michael, Jackie, and Tara Epsky snuck her way in. So Tara's doing awesome. She's great with social media, as you all know. And she's really committed to real estate this year. And as you can see by, you know, how well she's doing, it's really quite awesome. So congrats to everyone. And then as far as sales this year, we have, or this month, we have Cheryl, Jen, and Catherine Adcock. So again, great numbers this month. Love to see new faces all the time. You know, one of the things I'm always saying about our office, especially when I'm meeting with new agents or new agents, you know, are talking to me about growing their business, I always say that we have such a successful, high-producing office. It's unbelievable the amount of agents in our office that have great success. We have so many of you, and I wish I could just, you know, put you all out there all the time because you work so hard. But, you know, we do the top 3. This month, I do have a slide for top 10. I think we have to expand it again because our office is just so highly productive and so highly successful that I really need to just add people in because, you know, I want to make sure I could get everybody the awards that they deserve. So as far as Weichert Lead Network dollar volume, the Barnett team, Sam and Ryan and Lauren, now both of them you see have 1 unit in the 2s. Both of them converted a rental lead into a buyer lead. So all I hear every single day, I want to be taken off Weichert rental leads. I don't want to do Weichert rental leads. The Weichert rental leads stink. They don't vet the Weichert rental, blah, 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 blah. And I said, no, that's your responsibility as an agent. I've sent agents over and over again a letter that should be sent out as soon as you're in contact with any rental person, wherever you get them from. It has the application that they need to fill out. It has the credit reporting links so that they can share with you their credit report. It also asks them to share with you their verification of income. Before you take anybody out, you should get that information from them. If they're not ready to provide that information, then you should not be ready to go around schlepping people in house to house to house, especially as a renter. They have to understand and know ahead of time that they're responsible for paying the 1 month's commission in our area. All this stuff needs to be done. And if you're not doing it, then you're going to wear yourself out and you're going to say renters suck. Renters don't suck. It's the process that you have for taking out renters that sucks. Okay, so you really have to be more diligent when you're talking to renters. And renters, especially today, in a market where the interest rates are so incredibly low, you should be making sure that you are taking the opportunity to introduce them to Anthony and see if they have an opportunity to buy, because I guarantee their payment is going to be equal to or less than what they're paying now. So make sure that you are taking advantage of that. So the Barnett team and Lauren also Weichert Lead Network units. So congrats to both of you, to all 3 of you guys, because you guys did an awesome job. And because you're able to convert them, then that's going to put you on Weichert Lead Network, which then you are going to be able to get buyer and seller leads. So, you know, it's so many great things about this. I really want to just give you guys an extra congratulations. So, accelerating for the month of November. So Kim Brechka accelerated to 100%. Really, really huge. Really, really huge. Vin and Lauren accelerated to 90%, which is really, really great. So again, this is a great part of our new compensation package that we're able to get to 90% and 100% within our year. All we have to do is put in the work and we can accomplish these things as well. So, you know, you have every opportunity that these agents have, you just have to put in the time, put in the work, get those those closings in, and you can accelerate too. So congratulations, guys. Awesome, awesome month. So our top 10 corporate headquarters sales associates for November: Jackie Skura, Cheryl Towie, Michael Elms, Terry Dearness, Mara Glauberg, Brenda Lee, Catherine Adcock, Bin Dotwani, Dominique Skura, and Jen Pickett, all top 10 for dollar volume for the month for our office. Congratulations and thank you to the entire team for a fantastic November. Like I said, there's so many of you out there that do such an amazing job, that have such an amazing business. I want to make sure that I can really acknowledge as many people as possible each month because you guys do such an amazing job. So congratulations, everyone. So before I get into our office news and support, I'm going to introduce you to a new attorney that has decided, that is a partner of ours, that one of our agents brought in, had great success with, Chirag. And he's just going to talk a little bit, introduce himself to you. I'm being introduced to him for the first time today as well. And, you know, so if you have any questions, this is a great time to bring them up.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for allowing me to join today.
Of course.
So I want to say, you know, hi to all my neighbors. I'm just down the street. I'm on Route 10 in Gibraltar Drive, where Di Pasquale is, in the Valley National Bank, on the second floor. You know, I've been doing real estate closings for a few years now. The last couple deals, I work with Vin. Vin and I have been, we're a great team. We've been, you know, we're both aggressive. We both communicate well. And, you know, I enjoyed your, the beginning of the presentation because I thought it really hit on a lot of things that people need to know in whatever aspect they do in this real estate world is, you know, you got to be aggressive, whether you're the attorney, whether you're the lender, whether you're the broker. And people as a whole, they want instant access to their people. You know, they want a network and they want instant access. This isn't, you know, I still have attorneys that have, you know, that live by the old method of you got to call my office between 9 to 5. You got to make you know, no, people want instant access. They can get stuff through Amazon tomorrow from Singapore. They're not waiting to talk to an agent or an attorney that's 10 minutes away. And they want to be able to, you know, have that access. And I think where it looks like your team succeeds is you guys provide a lot of access to people. And I try to do the same thing, you know, and that's why I think Vin and I have been successful because, you know, he does a great job social media, and I think your team probably does as well. You know, we try to give access to all of our clients. You know, I do different areas of law, but, you know, I'm really trying to focus a lot on the real estate. Obviously, with the growing South Asian market, you know, I'm part of the community. I do a bunch of closings with our South Asian community in Parsippany and now Morris Plains, and a lot even in outside of Morris County because, you know, in the Middlesex County area. And just, you know, we have a growing population. I speak Gujarati, which is the third most spoken language in the state outside of English and Spanish. You know, and, you know, sometimes the community just feels comfortable having one of their own for a variety of reasons. Sometimes the closings they want on, you know, specific religious days that sometimes people don't understand. And there's like little caveats that sometimes being part of the same ilk can help and can move things along. Sometimes it's just a matter of wording, and a lot of them are new buyers in this country. And sometimes you just need to be able to understand that as an attorney, and I know Vin does that as a realtor, is they need a lot of hand holding. But if you're willing to do that, you got them for a long time because they're really, a lot of them are first generation in this country. And so you got to look at it the long run. And that's why, you know, I give my, you know, kind of like an introductory fee for, you know, and I work with the realtor, and the realtor is like, hey, you know, they got a lot of expenses. Can you help them out? Sure. You know, we're trying to get these things done. People get paid when these things close, not when they fail. And, you know, the key is making sure that if the person is happy, then they'll come back. They'll come back to you as an attorney for either a real estate deal or something else, and they'll come back to the realtor. If they make a good friend, then that's their connect. And so I appreciate, you letting me get on this call. And like I said, I mean, I don't mind I'm very flexible in terms of closing. I'll close at, your office. I'll close wherever it makes things easier. I think being on the younger side of the attorneys, you're able to kind of relate to people and understand that, people have a life. And, I have a very young family. I have a 1-year-old, 1.5-year-old almost. So, we're always trying to hustle and keep things going. And so you have to be relatable with people and understand that this is part of their life. Yes, it's the biggest purchase, but they have a lot going on. And your job is to work as a team with the lender, the title company, and the other attorney to make it flow and to make your clients understand that it's not antagonistic. You're both trying to get to the same point. And if you can work together to get to that same point, try to avoid getting too emotional. It's hard, but try, because if you can try to take out a little bit of the emotion, you'll get to where you want to be. And so I think that's kind of how I work these things.
So that's great. That sounds like a lot of the things that we do. The 2 points I took from from what you said were, number one, he works as hard as we do. So that's 24/7. And that's what you want on your side, right? You need a team that works like you do. You can't have a team that ends at 5 o'clock and you're still going on at 8, 9 o'clock at night, right? So that's important to us as realtors. And secondly, the word team. You need to provide a team to your clients. You need to be the one. Everybody wants the Amazon experience. We've talked about this over and over again. That's something that Weicker provides with their all under one roof. And then, part of that all under one roof is a supportive attorney. So that's really, really huge. I was talking to an agent yesterday, one of the agents that you just saw multiple times on our awards. And I said, I don't understand how come the newer agents are providing the team experience very easily to their clients. They're basically saying, okay, you have a pre-approval. You still have to meet with my team, with Anthony on my team. You have an attorney. You need a real estate attorney. Tell me about your attorney. Is it a real estate attorney? No, then you need to be, and they're really, really controlling the process and the transaction from the get-go. And that agent said to me, well, when I started 5-6 years ago, we didn't have that. We weren't trained that. We weren't, that wasn't something that, was taught to us at the time. And so now it's like retraining our brain and retraining who we are. And so I totally understand that. But make sure that you are providing that experience for your clients, because they're looking to you for that. They want you to guide them through the whole process, and they want that Amazon experience. That's what everybody is looking for. So make sure that you're providing that. Does anybody have any questions for Chirag while we have him on?
I have a question. It's Lori.
Hi,
Okay,
Lori.
so hi. So I'm closing on a property next week, and the house has very mature flower gardens all around it.
Okay.
And I was there yesterday, and
Yeah.
the buyer is a landscaper,
Okay.
and he went to the property and he pulled out every bush, tree, flower. It's like the property is just completely barren.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
So there are issues with this particular closing, and I don't know if it's going to close next week. So what do you suggest? I haven't told the seller's attorney yet, so this just recently came to light, but I've never heard of anything like that happening, where a buyer goes to the property before it's even theirs and starts ripping things out.
Yeah, that's strange. I mean, how, like, is it, so he's going to close next week, right? So is everything pretty much done? I mean,
No, because the title is not clear. So,
Okay.
So that's like a really big issue, and I'm not quite sure when it's going to get resolved or how it's going to be handled.
I mean, that is a unique one. I would say, like when these things come up, is you might have to just talk to the attorney and see if there can be something held in escrow to, at least if there's damages, that at least the attorney can have something that says, because this is kind of what happens with a lot of the issues that have, with title as well, is let's hold something in escrow, and in case there's an issue, it doesn't close. Let's say the damages are, I don't know whether, I guess it's a little debatable whether you consider them damages or not, but let's say they're quote unquote damages, maybe they're 2,500 or 5,000. Let's hold that in escrow. If it doesn't close, obviously he'll be owed that, 5,000 damages. And if it does, we're good. So I think I would say, hey, I would call the seller's attorney, say, hey, this is what happened. I don't really know why it happened. I don't really know how it happened, but it happened. And why don't we ask the buyer's attorney to hold something, give us a little something to hold in escrow. And obviously if we close, then, we can move forward. And if it doesn't, then we have something in escrow and, we can, keep it moving forward.
I think that's
Okay.
a great, yeah.
Thank you.
That sounds like probably the only thing, right, that you can do at this point is ask them to put some money aside because they did, because they've already done things to the property that, shouldn't have been done.
It's so peculiar. The house is about 140 years old, and the gardens must be about 100 years old. And the house is just covered, or at least it was last week, covered with flowering bushes and trees. So, but okay, well, thank you for the.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, thanks,
Sharon, I got a
Laurie.
question.
Sure.
Say you're buying a house with a pool and the pool is closed right now because season's over.
Great question.
What do you handle?
It's a good question. I mean, I would, if I would see if I can get any, obviously, documentation to show that at least the pool's in working order.
Do you
And
close without the pool? Do the pool inspection after they open up the pool, or you open up the pool in the springtime and deal with it then, or how do you handle that in terms of do you close without the pool inspection, or do you hold it in escrow?
yeah, I mean, I would think you'd have to wait till the pool inspection is done. I mean, the pool is a major part of why the person is buying it. I think you're going to have to hold it because, obviously you don't want it to end up being where that's a problem later. So I would say maybe you have to hold it. That would,
Yeah, that's a great question, Vin.
because I think that
Yeah.
the pool's probably the main reason, one of the reasons why the person's buying the property in the first place.
Yeah. Because I'm looking for one at the pool, but then I'm thinking, how do you handle a pool inspection if the pool is closed?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's almost like the air conditioning system though. Like how does that handled? It's just basically, on the, you're just, the seller is saying that at the time that they, used it this summer, it was in working condition. So, your buyer is buying it, based on that fact because it can't be tested at this point either. Right. So,
Negotiating a home warranty that covers it.
yes, that's a good idea too, because also home warranty also has the pool coverage.
It's an add-on, but yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Other thing,
That's actually a great idea.
the other thing, Missy, is to get something from the pool company. Most people have a pool company that closes.
Closed it. Yes.
And
That would
that's
probably be,
why when they close the pool. So you have the pool company
Correct.
write something saying, when the pool was closed, everything was checked,
Correct.
whatever he's done to it, and it was in working, order at that time. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why, because I just went through it not too long
Yeah,
ago.
that's what I would even suggest with the AC unit as well. I mean, the last time you have like a HVAC person come, just make sure you have the documentation so you can say, hey, everything was good in August. I know it's October or November or December now. Everything was fine in August and September when I used it, and here's the documents I have from the HVAC company. At least I can, I can give you that.
yeah. Those are actually great ideas. Thank you guys.
Same thing too, like if, saying that the pool was winterized or something like that, having
Yeah.
the paper.
Right.
But
right,
usually you have a
yes.
professional company, so that helps out a lot. As opposed
Yes,
to,
for sure.
It gets
they're
more-
around
it gets
in
more tricky if the-
May when
it
you
gets
reopen the
trickier when
pool.
person's doing the work themselves.
Yeah.
It gets trickier then.
Yes, for sure. Well, great guys. Those are all great questions. Thank you, Chirag. It was a pleasure meeting
Oh,
you.
no problem. And
Yep.
I'll provide my, Vina has my contact, but
Yes, please provide it, and I can share it with everyone when I send the meeting slides later. That would be great.
perfect. Thank you
All right,
very much.
thanks. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so our birthdays. We have a belated birthday for Jackie Skura, November 21st. The reason why we have a belated birthday for Jackie is because for some reason our internal records show that her birthday is 12/21. So that's what we show. And so we did not, we don't have that in our internal records. And it's because her license said that or something. Her license wasn't correct. Some crazy thing that happened with Jackie. So we apologize, Jackie, for not posting your birthday, but happy birthday. Christina Calvarudis, 12/3, and Risa, 12/3. So both Risa and Christina, our birthdays are tomorrow. So happy birthday, guys. And then Lori Young and Deb Pollock are Pollock are next week, Monday and Tuesday. So happy birthday, girls. So new mentality. We have to keep the momentum going in our business. We have to keep a good mindset in our mind, right? That's really, really important to be positive every day. And I know it's hard to in everything that's going on in the world. I know it's hard to with everything going on in our lives. So, especially those who watch the news every day, things are always, seem like doom and dread all the time. But we really have to have a new mentality. And what that is we have to be open all day, every day, excuse me. And all right, I'm going to real quickly mute everybody again. Okay, there we go. So we have to be open all day, every day. And the reason we have to be open all day, every day is because we don't know if there's going to be another shutdown. We don't know if we're going to be the next one that tests positive. We don't know how sick we're going to be if that happens, right? All these unknowns that we have today. So right now, we're all here. We're all healthy. We're all, we should all be in a good mindset. We all had a great year. And we're moving into another great year, and we're in the holiday season. So let's take advantage of the time we are open every single day. We don't know what will happen next. Nobody does. Provide daily updates. What does that mean? It means every day when you are through with your day, your working day, whether it's you're about to leave the office or you're about to leave your home office and stop for the day. Ask yourself, what did I do today? What did I accomplish today? What do I need to do tomorrow? What do I need to accomplish tomorrow? So always make sure that you're on top of what you're doing every single day. Determine what you track weekly measurable activities. So in the beginning of the presentation, I share with you our stats for year over year. That's something everybody should know. I know the stats of the office. You should know the stats of your business. You need to track your business weekly. You need to say, am I on track for my goals for the year? Where am I right now? What do I need to do to accomplish them? How many more calls do I need to make? Or how many more contacts do I need to put into my Weicker? Whatever it is that you're doing, you need to make sure you're tracking it, and it has to be measurable. Okay? Focus on simple activities. Stop overwhelming yourself. Stop making your mind so crazy that you can't accomplish anything. We complicate everything. It's just the way we are in life, unfortunately, right? So real estate is basic 101. Nothing has changed. Yes, you can pay a lot of money to Zillow to get your leads. You can pay a lot of money to different companies that call you every day that are going to help you grow your business, or you can just focus on real estate, the basics, and you can do what you need to do. You can do an open house every week. You can make phone calls daily. You can send out your farming cards. You can make sure that you have My Weicker working for you, automated each day. These are the things you can do. It's simple. Do not complicate what we have to do. And visually track your stuff weekly. Okay, you need to see what you're doing each week, which means it has to be written down somewhere. It can't just be in your mind. Things in our mind don't ever usually come to fruition. So we have to be visual with what we want to do and what we want to accomplish, and that means writing it down and checking it every day. So I just want everyone to keep the momentum going in their business, keep the momentum going, and keep a more positive attitude moving forward. So along with that, I just want to share with you some stuff because I tend to be a more positive person. I know that. And you know, there's very positive people, and then there's very unpositive people, and we all know who they are, and you know, whether it be in our office, whether it be in our lives, whether it be in our families, right? It's just the way the life is. So I just want to share with you some things because I know, you know, I hear people say Weichert, 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 you know, all the things. People love to pick out the negative things of anything. I just want to share some information in regards to our local market and other brokerages. You know, I don't ever want to put anyone else down, but I think it's important for you to know what's going on again around you. So KW in Morristown, you know, they recently moved to the Whippany office a few years ago, right? They just reduced the size of their office last month by 3/4, by 75%. Okay, that's huge. That's huge. CB, Coldwell Banker, closed down another office in Bedminster. So they've been closing an office a month. What they're doing now is instead of having an office manager, their office managers now have big titles like regional VPs, and they're overseeing 3 offices. It's another way for them to save money by not having a manager in each office. Okay. Berkshire Hathaway, BHHS, closed down their New Jersey corporate headquarters office. Okay. They no longer have a corporate headquarters office in New Jersey. So these are all things that happened within the months of October and November. Okay. Because of what is going on in you know, in our environment. And then lastly, I wanted you to share, because I think this is a little funny, though it's probably not, to my old owner. The recent manager of the Morristown office, Kim Weich. I know some of you do know Kim, and anyone who does know her thinks the world of her. She is now the Weichert Madison manager. So she just moved over to Weichert. She is now managing the Madison office. You know, I got to meet her by phone yesterday for the first time. So just some things for you to understand and know. You know, we really do have a great company. We really do have a great office, and I really want you to appreciate what you have every day. So the 12 days of Christmas real estate version. So, you know, always trying to think of ways to keep everyone engaged, keep everyone accountable, keep everyone on the right track. So I put together the 12 days of Christmas. It's starting tomorrow, Thursday, and it's going to be half-hour tips and tidbits of things for you to do, tasks, tips and tasks for each day. Okay, and I sent you them yesterday, so you knew exactly. If you read the email, you saw what each day we were going to go over. So it's going to be at 9:30 in the morning, because I'm trying to put us on a real working schedule. You know, like get up, get dressed, go to the gym, and be ready by 9:30. So I'm actually giving you a half hour more than the rest of the working world. So 9:30 to 10, except for obviously our meeting days. So next Wednesday and the Wednesday after will be after the meeting at 11:30. So I really, really hope to get a really great attendance for this. I think everybody can benefit from it, no matter what level of business you have. I think everybody can benefit from just doing a tip and a task a day for the next 12 days, which will end us on December 18th, a week before Christmas. Okay. So anyway, I hope that you all join me starting tomorrow at 9:30. I will send the link out in the morning for everyone. Also, Carlo will be doing a 2020 year-end celebration. So it's going to be a company-wide virtual sales meeting again. It's going to be on Wednesday, December 16th for us, okay, in replace of our office meeting. 9:45 a.m. sign-on and virtual networking, and then 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. meeting. So please mark that in your calendars. Remember to sign on early. The Tuesday session last time, because there's a lot of Tuesday office meetings, you know how the offices are split. Some have Tuesday office meetings, some have Wednesday office meetings. The Tuesday one, because they can only allow 1,000 people on Zoom, was actually people couldn't get on. So that's why they're actually offering 2 on Tuesday, just because the Tuesday session was closed out, and a lot of people were not able to take advantage of it. So that's why I asked everybody to get on early to ours. And I think we had about 700 on ours when we had our last company-wide meeting. So again, mark your calendars for 2 weeks from today, and they will be doing a year-end celebration. So some office news. I just wanted to share this with you. It's come up a few times with agents. So broker's name is now pre-populated on the form, not the agents. I didn't even put what form that was, on opinion 26. Okay, so this is not the one I want. Where did I put it? Okay, so everybody knows the opinion 26, the first page of the contract. Let me see. I'm going to show it to you right now. On the bottom of that page, you know, it's where you disclose how you're representing your client in the transaction, number one. And number two, you are also disclosing that in the state of New Jersey, you cannot, that they do not need an attorney to represent them in a real estate transaction, but it's in their best interest to have an attorney represent them in a real estate transaction, and that you cannot legally advise them throughout the transaction. So let me just show you real quick. So it used to be where your name would populate on the bottom. And now, here it is, the sales packet. And now it's actually the broker's name. So a lot of people have called and said, how come it says Weichert Realtors and it doesn't say my name anymore on this form? So this is the form right here. Notice to buyer and seller. I still call it opinion 26. And right here, it says selling broker and listing broker. It now shows you the broker's name. So it'll say Weichert Realtors or Coldwell Banker or Keller Williams, and who prepares it, your name will be here, but it's just gonna have the seller's broker here, and it doesn't have, you now do not need to sign it, because what you would do is you would put your name under here and you would sign this. That's not what's needed anymore. It's just the name of the broker. Okay, so I just want to make sure. I know it's been coming up a lot. People have been asking about that, so I just want everybody to be clear with that. And then also something I found out, and you guys may have already known this, but if you're in multiple MLSs, you get super e-key access for no charge for all those MLSs. So for instance, I'm part of 5 MLSs, I believe now. Not that I use them in that capacity, but I can access homes in all those MLSs. So if you have NJMLS, if you have GSMLS, your main one, you're going to be paying $14.99 a month. Then if you you become a member of NJMLS, you just need to call NJMLS and have them activate your key for NJMLS. You have to have them activate it. It doesn't happen automatically. So I want you to know the key access does not happen automatically. You have to call the MLS that you, the secondary or MLS that you join, and you just tell them, and they, obviously look up all your information, and then they give you access on your key on your Supra app that you already have. If you become a member of Monmouth Ocean MLS, which a lot of agents are doing now, we probably have about 10 agents or more that are a part of Monmouth Ocean. Again, you need to call them, and they will give you access to those key boxes as well. Hudson and CJMLS. Okay, so you can have memberships to up to 5 MLSs, because that's what I'm part of as an office. And you can have key access to all of those things, but you have to call them and just let them know. Okay, so I didn't realize that, and so I thought that was something interesting to let you guys know. So upcoming investments, it's the most expensive time of the year. I can sing that to you. It's the most expensive time of the real estate year. And that is because all our fees are due right now, right? So GSMLS participation fees are now $87.50. Did everybody read that email that GSMLS sent the other day stating that they're raising their fees this year for the first time in many years? So where it used to be $125 a year, $62.50 biannually, it now went up to $175 a year, and it's $87.50 biannually. So that's due right now. It's due by January 1st. You must, every time you log in, you're going to get a pop-up saying you owe your money until you pay. So, they do offer showing time now. They have updated their website. So with all of these new changes, they're asking for more money per year. And they're still, very low compared to other MLSs. NCJR dues, $500, are due by December 31st. If you do not pay by December 31st, you will have a $75 late fee. Remember, NCJR dues are not in your Money Matters, okay? Because it's not a Weichert fee. So a lot of people have reached out to me and says, I don't see anything on my Money Matters. I paid everything. This is not part of that, okay? This is part of NCJR. So make sure that you're paying this. Everybody should have gotten a bill with an invoice number, and that's how you pay. Do not wait, because you will be paying a lot more. $75 is a hefty fee to pay. And E&O insurance is now due, $599 for the year. It was due September 1st. So if you did not have a closing that it was taken out of, or if you did not go on and pay, please make sure you do that again by the end of the year. It's very important you have that. So December's tips and trainings webinar, they're doing an open house blitz the week of the 14th to the 20th. So you can host twilight and lunch break open houses, light up the neighborhood with string of lights on your sign, right? Great time to be really fancy in December with lights and attracting people. I want to just mention to you, you know, there's a new agent in the office, a new agent who started about a month and a half now, did their first open house a few weeks ago, had 10 clients through, 8 of them with their agent and 2 of them without their agent, but did state they have agents. And this is what I'm hearing, right? Oh, you know, people are coming through, everybody has agents, nobody's unaligned anymore. So this new agent who doesn't have those preconceived notions in their head yet, okay, does not have the, oh, I don't want to do an open house, oh, everybody has an agent, oh, blah, 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 poor me, poor me. Converted those 2 buyers who had agents. They're both under contract right now. They're both working with Anthony. They're both working with a supportive attorney in our office. So that's what I'm talking about. You have to, it's your mindset, and the way you go about things is the way your business is going to be run. You really have to have a positive attitude, okay? And you really have to listen to what we say, because we're really guiding you the right way, 150%. So not only did those 2 agents, those 2 clients, one of the reasons why, I'm going to tell you, one thing they did was they called their open house guests right after the open house, okay? And guess what one of the agents, one of the buyers said? Oh, no one's ever called me before. I can't believe you're calling me. That was one of the reasons why they felt that they needed a more aggressive agent. That was number 1. Number 2, they put those people right after they called them into their My Weichert CRM and on a quick campaign. So that campaign followed up with them, and then Tuesday or Wednesday, they touched base, and then that's how they converted them. So those 2 things, they called right after. Don't wait till tomorrow, Monday, because you're caught up in things. They already forgot what's going on in life, right? Call that night when you get home or on your way home. Call, don't text, don't email, call. Okay, if they don't answer, then you can do a text or an email. But always call first and have a conversation with them, number 1, and put them in your My Weichert CRM and start having that CRM engage with them. It's huge. So Stephanie, I'm not sure if she's on yet, but she's doing a training
here.
next. Oh, there you are. Hi. I can't
Hi,
see.
good morning. That's okay. Hi, everybody. I don't have very many slides today. I just wanted to mention that I'm not going to be doing daily trainings, but I do want to have a training next Thursday to go over virtual open houses again. I know we were doing some things with this back in April and May, but now with the potential shutdown of open houses again, I'm not sure if this is happening again. We don't know, but just in case, I just wanted to go over some new slides I have with everybody that I got trained on using Facebook Live and Instagram Reels and all of those online free tools that you can do virtual open houses. I just wanted to share all those tips with you. So next Thursday at 11:30, it's going to be a Zoom meeting also.
Great. Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you.
So I have one more update for you from Realtor.com. So Realtor.com wants to help your agents connect with more home buyers who are pre-approved for a mortgage. Aren't they the best? With this goal in mind, we've teamed up with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans to pilot an exciting new advertising program in your market. Starting next month, buyers in need of financing will receive an email link to complete their digital pre-approval from Rocket Mortgage. The fully digital Rocket Mortgage experience allows consumers to obtain pre-approvals in as little as 20 minutes, helping your agents understand their buyer's intent earlier on in the process. In addition to their digital pre-approval, buyers can also obtain Quicken Loans verified approval letter, which obviously has a footnote next to that, strengthening the consumer's offer power and nearly doubling their likelihood of closing a home. This is only the beginning. We can't wait to roll out exciting new features that will give your agents greater visibility into the consumer's budget, approval status, and the latest updates. Okay, guys, let's not fall for this again. Remember 15 years ago when we handed our business over to Zillow? Remember that? Remember we thought they were so innovative and they were doing such great things, and we said, here you go. Let's not do that again, because if you for 1 second don't think that Realtor.com is going to get pre-approved buyers and pass them on to their people who are paying a lot of money, right? Because that's what's going to happen. Then you're kidding yourself. I can't see that happening to us again. I don't want it to happen. So again, the reason I'm bringing this up is because we have to take control of our transactions, and we have to provide a team for our buyers and sellers that are going to say, here's a real live person that we've worked with that has a great track record that we know is going to get you to the closing table, because we all have the same, we all have the same view in mind. We all want to get you to the closing table. We all have the same thing in mind. This is my team. This is how we're going to get you there. This is what I do on a daily basis. Do not start letting these online places take control of your team. Do not let them, because you're going to lose out on clients. I'm telling you right now. That's what I see here. When I read this, I see, oh, great. Now they're going to be taking my clients once they're pre-approved and handing them over to one of their agents who pays a lot of money each month. No. That's what I see. That's all I see. And I can't let it happen to us again. So we have to take control. It's a great, great time for us to take control. More of these things are happening because more people want the Amazon experience. So again, we already have that. Make sure that you're providing that to your clients. Anthony?
Good morning, everybody. I had shot this email out a little early last week. You can go to the next slide, unless you're there. Talking about just the market, stock market continues to react positively on the removal of the uncertainty with regard to election and positive medical news, as we've been hearing a lot of. This speaks to the confidence of the confidence to the key of the stronger recovery. The market is reacting more to the future and opposed to present COVID spikes, but it is the balance which causes the volatility. Speaking in confidence, the strongest data released last week was new home sales, as confidence in the real estate bounds and leads the economy. The most important news this week will be the jobs report. The pace of the pace of the job recovery is expected to continue to slow at the stage of the recovery. What I was mentioning previously was that the conforming loan limits have increased once again. So they've been doing this for like the last 10 years. And I mean, it's amazing on how high the considered conforming loan limit now was. I mean, just think 10 years ago, it was 417,000. And now the new number is, 548. And what it means basically is much more people could afford more, because typically when you start to get to the higher loan sizes and the higher purchase price ranges, more down payments typically required. Interest rates could be potentially higher too as well. So affordability is less. So, at the end of the day, when you're looking at loan sizes at $548,000, a first-time home buyer, they could do 3% down on something like that. I mean, look at the multifamilies. I mean, literally going to $1 million. You can go buy a house in like Jersey City for over $1 million on a 4-family and do an FHA loan with 3.5% down. I mean, it's remarkable to kind of see where we are with that. But the higher loan limits are a good thing. That's just talking about home values are still kind of increasing all over the place there. We've been seeing this for the last several months as they've been kind of reporting it more for everybody, but just that, we're near 100% of the surveys and tallies that they're doing that the customers will refer their friends and families. That's great success and a tribute to all of you and your service and support. Keys to referrals. Top producers get their business by referral. Missy was just talking all that and controlling your business. You know, it obviously comes from your sphere, whether it's your open houses, past clients, and referrals. The larger the sphere and the more value they deliver to the sphere, the more referrals they will receive. And obviously, we can help deliver the value to your sphere with top-notch education materials and news on a regular basis, as we traditionally try to do. Personal sphere of friends, family, neighbors, present and previous customers, previous prospects, associations, vendors, coworkers, professionals, top real referral sources. Ask us about record maximum sphere marketing presentation, which could be presented live virtually. Where's Jerry?
He's on. He's
There
on.
he is. So we got trivia question of the week. What's the increase in the base conforming limits? How much more house can someone purchase and still using conforming financing? Is it A, almost 10,000, B, almost 20,000, C, almost 30,000, or D, almost 40,000?
D.
What was that, Bob?
D.
D.
D. Any other
Almost
takers out
40.
there?
C.
C.
There you go, see? The answer is D. Most of you are right with the 40,000 there. And before I leave too as well, I sent an email yesterday regarding that Buffini event. Usually we've done many of these in the office where I've had lunch and catered things, and obviously that's a thing that we can't do at the moment. So he's doing a free webinar. Definitely recommend registering for it, whether you're a Buffini fan or any other kind of fan. It's just kind of more talking to the state of the market of 2021. It's good to have that ammunition in your pocket. If you have some time, it's worth maybe get on and tape it or just watch it live if you can. He's going to have a keynote speaker, which is the chief economist for National Association of Realtors. So obviously they're going to talk directly to our business, which is important. So it might be something worth to take a look at, and especially since it's free education, that's always a nice thing too as well. So check your emails for that link. It's a good thing to have.
Yep, thank you so much. Anybody have any other questions for Anthony, or did we use them all up at the beginning of our meeting today?
It's like I got in 1 minute late, and all of a sudden I'm getting bombarded. I'm like,
I know.
What time is it?
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to ask you something because one of the agents told me this week that it was before you got on, I was mentioning it, that you pre-approved the buyer for a 3% conventional mortgage. And I said, is that true? And then the other part of that was that the seller did not feel comfortable with with not a lot of money down. But anyway.
Yeah, 3% conventional first-time home buyer is permitted. If you're a previous homeowner, you have to put down 5%. That's a Fannie Freddie guideline on that end. However, though, whether you're a previous homeowner and let's say you want to elect to just do less than 5% down, FHA is still an option. Whether you're a first or seasoned homeowner, you can still do 3.5% down. But again, going back to what we were saying before, the lesser down payments are always going to be the concern to the seller, especially if there's other options on the table that are more. People are going to just feel that the strength of the quality of the buyer is just not there. And there's not much you can really do about that. And I always stress to you guys, let me know if I need to get involved. I'd be happy to call the agent, let them know I have all the docs, let them know that the scores are great, the ratios are low. They're just a first-time home buyer. Maybe someone wants to put a little bit of money down and their credit scores are so high, the PMI is so inexpensive. Maybe they want to put 50 grand into the house. No one knows on the selling side what the true plan is. Like, hey, listen, I can afford the payment, but I want to keep my money in reserve. I want to do this. I want to buy something else. I mean, I think sometimes we need to kind of pass a little bit of that story over besides the letters that we put with the contracts and stuff like that too. So at least they know what's going on. And I think getting me involved with multiple bid situations, it helps win deals a lot. And I think things are very appreciated. I have some agents that will actually CC me on the offer email. Like, hey, it was great speaking to you today. Here's the offer of my client. By the way, my lender is CC'd here if you have any questions. I've been working with him for many years. He closes all my deals. I mean, it gives a bit of vote of confidence that the selling agent can go back to the seller and say, wow, it seems like this agent really has their stuff together. They have a team behind them on a seasoned group of people that they know what they're doing. And oh, by the way, the attorney that the buyer is going to use, it's someone that I know too as well because he's local to the market. So all these things are huge, especially in this marketplace right now.
True. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
Anyone else have any questions for Ant before we move on? Okay, guys. So our local market absorption rate as of yesterday, Morris Plains is at 1.2, or actually at 0.7. It's under. It should be a minus 0.7. because of, you know, the amount of homes that are active and what went under contract in the past 30 days. Parsippany, look at that, 55 homes under contract from November 1st to December 1st. I mean, that's incredible, right? This is the time of year people are saying, oh, everything's slowing down. This is when it slows down. 55 homes went under contract in Parsippany. Hanover, East Hanover, Denville, all great under 2 months absorption rate. Boonton Town, Morris Township, Randolph, Montville, and Rockaway are up slightly, but still, I mean, those numbers are still unbelievably low. So we're in a great market. It's still busy. 32 homes went under contract in Morris Township. You know, those are higher price point homes, you know, really unbelievable. So make sure that you have your mindset, that you continue to move forward. You know, as we get closer to the holidays, make sure you're part of our 12 days of Christmas and you're doing daily activities that are going to help your business grow in 2021. So new listings on the market. If you were on the call and you want to talk about your home, then please interrupt me. That's fine, because like I said, it's hard for me to see everybody on the call. I can only see 2 or 3 people when I have my slides up. So Dominique Scara, 4 Harmony Lane. I know that's already gone, multiple offers. Cheryl Towie had 6 Camp Washington Road in Washington, already gone, had multiple offers. Brenda Lee, 51 Aldine Road in Parsippany for $719. Looks like a beautiful home. Deb, I know you're on here. Did you want to talk about 101 East Cooper Street?
Oh yeah, it's 101. It's like a nice cape. The sellers are the original owners of this beautiful house. It's a 3-bedroom, 3 full bath home, and it's full of surprises because it has a guest suite in the basement. So it's just absolutely gorgeous. Send me your buyers. I'll be hosting an open house this weekend.
Awesome. Congrats.
Thanks.
Gloria has land for sale at 29 Reynolds Ave in Hanover for $289. It is a vacant lot. Vin and Sneha. Vin, did you want to talk about 48 Highwood?
Sure. So we have a new listing in West Orange, close to commuting, 5-minute walk to commuting to New York. New York City views, the 5-bedroom, 3-bath, finished basement, 2-car garage. It's live on the MLS now. We're getting our starting requests, so please show it if you have any buyers in this range. Has a first floor in-law suite, full bathroom and bedroom too.
Awesome. Congrats. It looks like a great house.
Thank you.
Jackie has 29 Haddonfield Drive in Parsippany for $525. I know as of this weekend, it had at least 3 offers on it, and I believe that was Saturday afternoon. So I'm sure that's gone. 3105 Appleton Way in Hanover. Brenda Lee has for $330,000. Nydia has 20 Spruce Street in Dover for $299. Carol, do you want to talk about 28 Heritage Lane some more?
All right. It happens to be in my neighborhood. It does have 5 bedrooms, and actually there's 2 masters. The one is on the first floor that was an addition, and then the other one is upstairs. It's the same model as my house, but it's a tiny bit bigger. It's 3,300 square feet. More or less original. He really didn't do anything, but there is just a lot of house there. The basement is paneled, and it's like a bowling alley down there. There's a fireplace in the basement and a fireplace in the family room. I think it's a really great house, and it's big, nice big flat yard, which would be great for a pool. It's got 4.5 baths. So there's 3 baths upstairs and 1 full one in the master bedroom downstairs, plus a half. So there's a lot of house there. The people in my neighborhood love this area because it's a cul-de-sac, and the kids, I mean, if the people don't like kids, then they wouldn't want to buy this house. But it's really great house for kids because the kids play on that cul-de-sac all the time. It's walk to the high school, walk to the track, walk to the tennis courts. It's really, it's a great area, but somebody has to be willing to put some work into it. That's it.
That
Still
sounds
has
great.
shag carpeting.
Sorry, guys, I forgot to give Carol a 5-minute warning.
Hey, Carol, showing's just coordinated through you?
Yes, and I have a key box on it. Yeah, I have a spy box on it.
Okay.
They're going to be working there this weekend, so you might see them, you know. You might even know them. That you might have even gone to school with them because the boys are from town.
Oh, is
Iana
there-
Tom,
Oh, yeah, I
Iana
know the name. Yeah, okay.
Is it, Carol, is it empty?
Yes. Well, no, it's not empty. No, there's furniture in it. Yeah. Is that what you
But it's
meant?
vacant. They're not living, no one's living there?
Nobody's living there. No.
Okay. All right. Thank you,
Anyway, I'm
Carol.
sharing that with Nancy. So if you can't get a hold of me, you know, call Nancy.
Awesome.
Are there other pictures at all inside on the?
We have the photographer coming next week. They wanted to make sure that it looked good for the photographer, so they want to take out some furniture and take out some things. I mean, this man's been in, you know, they were in the house, I don't know, 35, 40 years, so
Yeah,
they've got a
okay,
lot of stuff, you know.
okay,
But you
great,
can go.
thanks.
Okay.
Yep, that sounds like a great home, especially the area and location. So
Yeah.
congrats on that, guys. And then Deb Monticello has a new listing in 35 Llewellyn Ave in West Orange for $259,900. I know this is her father's house, so she's been working on getting it, you know, in tip-top shape. She's very good at that. So again, great price point for West Orange. You know, so reach out to Deb if you have any interest. Anybody else have any price improvements coming soon in search of?
I have a house in Randolph. I have on White Creek exclusive. I'm getting pictures done tomorrow. It's a contemporary style, public utilities. It's on Timber Lane, 15 Timber Lane. I did a lot of updates on it, new driveway, new paint on the outside. There tons of updates, new basement. So anyway, it's a 4-bedroom, maybe 5-bedroom. There's a bedroom in the basement with a full bath, 3.5 baths in the house, full finished walkout basement. Very big size rooms. Listing it for $750,000. So if you have anybody, I'd like to sell it before it hits the market, let me know.
Yeah, that's a great house. I remember seeing it when it was for sale last time.
Yeah.
And it
What
does
town
have opportunity for Shongum Lake rights. If someone wanted Shongum Lake rights, they could buy the home and then they could purchase lake rights there in that home.
Yeah.
You got to sell that, Vin, by the way. Anyone else have anything new or price improvements coming soon in search of? Okay, so tonight I do a Wednesday night training. So this week's training is 5 habits of highly productive real estate professionals. I think we should call ourselves real estate professionals instead of real estate agents or real estate consultants. There's so many better words that we can use to describe what we do every day. So I sent out the link this morning, so please feel free to join. And if that's it, unless anyone else has to add anything, I will see you hopefully tonight at 7 or tomorrow at our first day of Christmas. My mentor gave to me, okay? 9:30 in the morning. Expect to see your faces there. Nobody lying in bed either. No lying in bed on my Zoom meeting. So,
Okay.
all right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
¿Quién es el Eric?